You guys look so subdued. You feel like I feel right about now. It's like everyone's in this room is like, I guess I'll go. So before we start, I really need you to start thinking of some really awesome questions. Because our panels, I don't know, how many of you have actually been to a Game Chasers panel before? Actually, better question, how many of you have not?
Oh?
Oh shit.
Good morning.
We base our panels off of telling stupid stories and answering questions. Please.
I'm glad you can make it to this year.
Start coming.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, good to see you this
Good to
year.
see you this year.
Good to see you wearing
What's
sleeves.
that even supposed to mean? Like,
You missed last year's
It's
panel.
last year's panel.
oh. I didn't feel too good. I was sick with the flu.
Was it the
that
flu?
morning? That morning.
That morning only though, right?
That morning only. I was sick with the flu.
So I don't know what Billy said, but yeah, it's basically a big ass Q&A and we'll go into stories and we'll be long-winded and we cuss a lot, Mom, so you will hear the word fuck at least once. Okay, as long as, okay, good, as long as you know. We like to warn people now because people will go online and be like, fucking Game Chasers just said fuck. What's a chode? You know, so, fuck.
Hey, a lot of people are going to be Googling chode after this panel.
See, now she's going to be the one thing that comes. So they warned me, but then he just said it 19 times in a row. So, how's it going, y'all? How's everyone doing this weekend?
Wake the fuck up.
Wake up!
It's the first of the month.
I was thinking, wake up. Grab your little kiss and put a little makeup.
What about whenever I wake up before I put on my makeup? Is that too far back for some of y'all? No? Okay. Anybody get anything good? Yes, who said yes? What'd you get? Nice.
Definitely not.
Can I have it?
Not definitely Eagle swag for sure.
I like this guy. What'd you get over here, dude? What'd you get? Yeah.
Well, mostly yesterday I got a lot of NES and Game Boy games.
Nice.
You look, you got in trouble.
Yeah, his head turned his lap. You're like,
Yeah, did your mom give you the speech my mom gave to me when we were little? We're gonna go in here, keep your hands in your pockets, don't touch a goddamn thing, don't ask for anything. That's the speech I got when I was little. Okay, anyone else want to share? What'd you get?
I completed the Donkey Kong Country line.
Nice. All of them. Everything. Even the one that was on. Okay, you probably got it. Christian, what'd you get?
Super Star Wars box complete and Return of the Jedi. So it's
You got that for 15, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's a good price on that.
Oh, jeez.
What'd you get?
Musha for Sega Genesis.
How much?
100?
What?
Loose?
Actually, I think it was 110.
Loose?
Yeah.
It's a good price. Loose. Yes, sir, in the back, what'd you get?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 complete in box.
Nice. And you over here?
I got Turtles in Time for 35.
Not a bad deal. Save some money. There's some good stuff out there. Pretty good stuff. Wish I could shop. Must be nice. You can walk the vendor floor, shop. Assholes.
I mean, it's not like you don't get shit every other fucking week.
I mean, you ain't wrong. So, that's gonna wrap things up later. Okay, so questions. Anyone have a question? Yes, sir.
So, what's the absolute worst deal you guys got in the 6 years of YouTube?
Worst deal in the 6 years we've been doing YouTube?
Yeah.
For me personally, was this?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't. No. Since collecting, I'm I mean, early on, I didn't know shit, you know, for anything. So I paid like $10 for a Pac-Man on 5200 or something, which I would never do that now. But that was early on.
How much was it supposed to be?
Like 2 cents. How much is it now? Probably 3 cents.
I bet you
It's 5200. No one wants. It's hard shit. What about you guys?
I can't think of anything.
the worst deal I got was getting to know you.
Fair enough. Yes, sir.
From the time you guys started, when did you start seeing prices go through the roof? Because obviously, seeing you guys get Flintstones and Little Samson for the prices you did, which is amazing. But when did you start seeing the writing on the wall and all of a sudden it's like exponential?
Well, you have to understand when we started this. Well, we started this even before the show collecting.
Right.
We were like, man, these prices are high. They're getting really high. You compare that by today's standards, you're like, what?
Yeah.
It's like nothing. So every year, we're always like, man, these are getting high. These are getting high. They're really starting to trend, and it's like it never stops. It keeps going up.
See,
What the hell?
once GameStop, because I remember I was buying NES games at GameStop when they still had them. Once they got rid of that stuff, you could find it for pennies, like literally pennies. And then we started the show, what, 2-3 years after we started collecting? And then after the show started, which was 2011, probably like 13, it just really started skyrocketing. It just started just from there, just up and up and up.
So was it gradual 13 and then spike, or are you just saying?
I mean, if you're not paying attention, then you could say it spiked, but I mean, we're probably at the height of it, but no, it's just a steady incline, a very steady incline. It wasn't like it was here, then all of a sudden up here.
And plus, different systems are gonna show
Sure.
different peaks and valleys and all this.
Nintendo shit seems to be going in a cycle. NES was super high, and then Super Nintendo, and 64's kind of gotten up there too. But after that, I mean, we're starting to get into disc-based systems, you know, PlayStation and PS2 and Xbox and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Will we see a spike in those? Probably. If that generation who grew up on that, you know, does like we did and wanted all their old stuff back.
It all come back crashing down here.
It will. The bubble will pop, and I wanted to because I still want the games. And
What we do is we need to get like 20 YouTubers that have fair audiences to just be like, yo, we're selling all our shit, and it'll all go cheap.
maybe
Yeah, Pat needs to do that.
James.
Pat,
We
Jason,
talked about this last night.
Yeah.
It was really
classic gamer.
Essentially, you'd be able to buy all your shit back for cheaper.
At some point, you're probably not wrong. At some point, probably.
You can probably get like 4 games for the price of one of the expensive ones.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like the stock market.
I remember we were in Vegas in 2012,
12.
and there was a vendor there who had like 2, 3 little Samsons, 2 or 3 dinosaur peaks, and he knew I had one. He's like, "I'll give you $600 for it." I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like a $200 game." And here we are. It's like $1,400-1,500 now. So that dude definitely would have, you know. But I'm not in it to make money. So good question. Yes, sir.
This one's going for Billy. How did your monster obsession start?
How did my Monsters obsession start? Yeah, Nick at Night. No, I think it was Nick at Night. It was one of those shows on cable, but my parents, I think, probably grew up watching that show, and so they would watch the reruns, and I grew up watching it because of that. And I just thought it was hilarious. It's actually funny. It still holds up to this day. A lot of shows you watch in the day, and then you watch them now, it's just like, eh. But I think that one, the humor. I mean, monsters that go around not knowing they're monsters, trying to fit into everyday society. I mean, how could you not think that's funny, right? So,
And then
just wait. You're just oh, okay, I'm gonna crack a joke here.
no, I'm saying, and then you found out that they had a reboot.
Oh yeah, and then there's an 80s reboot that looks ridiculous that I want to see.
Yeah, like everybody's like, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah, dude, it's like some kind of Mandela effect because where did it come from? I've never seen that before.
There was a reboot of it in the 80s.
In the 80s, it lasted like 3 seasons.
Yeah, and it looks fucking horrible.
Hey, Jordan, what you just just not gonna pretend that your hair looks like fuck?
It's the new Predator look.
Might as well step out and show everybody, Jordan.
What do you do?
You know what you look like? You look like the made-for-TV version of Riff Raff.
You look like fucking
Princess Gaia, is that what you said? His hair's getting long though, I like that. So, all weekend, all day, all morning, everyone's been like, dude, how late were you up? I'm like, I was in bed, like asleep by 11:30. Y'all understand, in 72 hours, not counting last night, I had 6 hours of sleep. So, I wasn't in the mood to do nothing last night. No partying for me. And everyone's like, no, I saw you down there, I saw you down there. I'm like, no, you didn't, that's impossible. I fell asleep during Saturday Night Live. And I have witnesses to that. Like, no, you were there. Okay. So I got a doppelganger running around here somewhere, pretending to be me. I don't fucking
Oh God, I hope not. Two of you? Jeez.
Next question, please. Yes, sir.
Now the Cubs popped their World Series cherry. How soon are they gonna repeat it?
Are they going to repeat this year? I mean, they got just as good a chance as anyone else in the playoffs right now. It's extremely difficult in baseball to repeat, or even get there twice, matter of fact. The Astros are on fire right now. I don't know. I know the Cubs lost last night, but I don't know. They're playing Washington. Bryce Harper's still out? He's back? God, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. No, it's going to be difficult. With baseball, if you make the playoffs in baseball, there's still something special about it. You're still elite. And basketball, hockey, football's kind of in the middle road, but basketball and hockey, they literally take half the league. You can be a mediocre team and you make the playoffs in hockey and basketball. So the playoffs to me should be for the elite.
Well,
Baseball still.
I don't think they're playing Washington, are they?
Yeah. Is this a nut
You're
joke?
gonna be washing ton of dick with your tongue.
Alright, I gotta give you a 10 on
That's a
that
10,
one.
that's good.
But I like how when I try to talk to him, he goes, oh look, a joke coming. That was actually probably the best nut joke you
That
ever
was
done.
good. Dude, we haven't done nut jokes in like 3 weeks, so I didn't see it.
I had a good one yesterday. I had a good one last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are they going to repeat? I don't know. It's a slim chance. I would like them to. They have a good enough team to where they could definitely win at least one more in the next 5 years. I got to go to a World Series game last year at Wrigley. So I got what I wanted. One's good enough for me. I'd like to see more, don't get me wrong, but I'm happy. Yes, sir.
What's the grossest thing 8-Bit Eric's ever done?
I mean, you set myself up for that.
I don't think you can tell
really
a lot
like
of those
gross
stories.
shit. A lot of it's on camera. So what you've seen on camera is yeah.
I mean, it's not like Jordan didn't suck my foot back.
Yeah.
What they didn't know about the first part, so you said back. It wasn't in the episode.
I know it wasn't, but
Oh, you didn't put that in?
No.
No, but the same day, Bad Graphics uploaded the
Okay.
rated-R version of it.
So last year here, Eric sucked Jordan's toes.
No, I didn't suck his toes. I put my tongue between his toes.
Same difference, probably worse actually. Okay, so he tongued his feet, tongued his toes.
For a Mega Man, $75 game. It was easy.
So
10 seconds for a lifetime of memories.
I don't know. You know what though? You were the one puking at too many games, right?
When I guzzled like that
So-
off.
I'm at my booth. Too many games at convention up in Philadelphia. Actually, it's great. Who said woo? Okay. It's because Philadelphia or because too many games?
Both.
Okay, excellent. You've been. Great convention. Well, the main organizer there, his name's Paul. He comes up to me and he's like, dude, what the fuck? We got people puking on the floor. This and I was like, Paul, what the fuck you talking about, dude? He goes, I don't know. I'm just hearing that bad graphic. Y'all know bad graphics gamers, right? They got a booth out here, okay? One of their things is they make people do, I guess, stupid human tricks for discounts. And it can be shit like licking toes or drinking something nasty, some kind of concoction, something like that. So Paul's like, I don't know. I'm just hearing that bad graphics is making people throw up over there. I'm like, well, Paul, it's your con. Why don't you go handle that? So I go over and I check it out, and I'm like, hey, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm getting griped at because y'all are making people puke. And they go, oh, well, Eric. I was like, don't say anything else.
No, they had me get blindfolded, and Billy helped them put a whole bunch of random stuff in a beer bong. And let's just say it tasted horrible. It was bad.
Eric has a weak stomach.
This had like that weird. What's that?
But you started to gag before you even had a taste, though.
Because I smelled that one thing. That what was that little?
Oh yeah, it's like this flower stuff or fruit or whatever. It's like some people, when they smell it, it's like there's two people. Like one person who smells it can smell like really, really good. Others, it just makes them want to throw up. I don't forget what it's called, but yeah, it's like depending on like your senses or whatever.
Yeah, and then just one whiff of that was just so bad, and then to taste it with like baby food and corn syrup and beer. And what else was in it?
I don't know, cornflakes.
What was freaking me out the most though was there was like oyster, like some kind of oyster thing that I thought he was gonna put in there. Just thinking of that in there, it's just like, nah, disgusting. Well, I'm glad I didn't get an allergic reaction to that, because I specifically kept saying, dude, I can't eat shellfish or anything like that. You still did it?
It wasn't oysters, it was like something else. But
There was an oyster thing there.
Well, there was something you were like worried about. I can't remember what it was, and I was
You
like,
still put it in there.
yeah.
He could have killed you, you know that, right?
Obviously, I didn't put the oysters in, or you'd be dead.
Well, I'm sure whatever else I was. Coffee.
What are you trying to say?
You can wake up.
I thought he was like, bitch, wake up, motherfucker.
Next question. Yes, Christian.
What does Melbourne and the Dongos collection look like? The game collection. I always see him getting like 1 or 2 games episode, so I'm like, what do they have, like 10 games?
It's cute, it's cute.
You're so fucking Italian, dude. And you can hear it. I fucking love it, Christian.
Yo, what's the Dongos and Melbourne's collection look like, eh?
I bet you the Dongos traded games for cigarettes before.
He's probably traded
For
I'm
another
gonna shut up. Yeah. It's not big. Melvor, he's excuse me. He'll rather buy something on like Virtual Console, like an older thing. Because me, I've been called a hoarder lately. I don't know if maybe I don't know.
What's
It's not
funny?
big.
What's funny about that is when y'all were doing those random videos at Melmore's house, you're like, what are they shooting at? Because that's way too many books.
Yeah, no, that's Melmore's thing, books. It's funny because he'll come to my place and be like, dude, you got so much stuff. You need to get ready. You need to. I was like, bitch, you got more books than I have video games. What the fuck you talking about? And he's like, well, at least I'm learning something. You go learn.
Where's his
I'll have
dumbass?
fun.
How come he's not sitting up here?
I don't know, work maybe. I don't know. The doctor was here yesterday afternoon late. I got to see him. If anybody wants to keep him, take him home, especially if you don't live here. And YouTube. I hate the doctor. Yes, sir.
Where do you guys draw the line at retro? What do you consider retro? Or up to what point, or back to what point?
If it's 20 years or more, it's retro.
I think that's a good, yeah.
Do you consider PlayStation, Xbox, and that retro?
That's
it's
PS1,
getting there.
Xbox original, I say it's retro.
Yeah, well, Xbox came out on PS2, right? Yeah, and PS2 came out in 2000, is that right? Yeah. So we're getting there, yeah. We're getting there.
Is that a slide in 20 years? So in 2050, 2030 will be retro?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Well, it's all about whose perspective you're talking
That's
about.
true.
Well, I mean, it's the same with like everything else that becomes old. You know, like 80s clothes are retro now. I consider 90s clothes retro now. I consider,
Yeah. But, 90s was, depending on the year, 20 years ago.
yeah.
Plus.
I mean, even early 2000 stuff is.
My 20-year high school reunion is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I ain't going, fuck them. But no, it's hard for me to consider PS2 retro because in 2000 I was 21, so I'm like an adult, and I'm like, no, I'm not getting old yet. But yeah, 20 years is a good rule of thumb, I think.
But then I also define it by like, kind of like what GTA does, like the pre-HD era and stuff like that. Like there's two different eras. So I would
Okay,
say
that's fair too.
definitely anything that doesn't have HDMI in any ways, fucking retro.
That's good, okay. That's good. I like that. Good answer, Eric.
Anything that doesn't connect to the internet, cloud saves, have DLC in any form, is retro.
But Dreamcast could connect to the internet.
But is it servers like currently supported?
No.
So it's retro.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry about you guys again, but
It's not a
I
bother.
said Eric, right? Yeah. What do you think of Nintendo announcing the discontinuation of Virtual Console for the Wii in 2019?
I mean, that's a long ass time. I was still like, I just barely graduated like college, like when the Wii came out, 2005. I mean, so I was like 2005 to like, that's over 10 years. That's pretty good for Virtual Console being on the Wii. And that was actually a lot better for Virtual Console than what the Wii U and the Switch currently have, which the Switch has no end.
Well, I mean, like, what do you do after it gets discontinued? Like, going to, like, let's say, for instance, the classic games gets wiped out when
They won't. You're gonna be able to play all. You're gonna be able to play all the stuff that you have downloaded.
Well, I mean, if it gets bright, like, replay with your console.
Well, luckily the Wii's easy to be soft modded with an SD card, so you can just put every emulator you want on there. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I can't even remember the last time I touched my Wii, and no dick joke. I can't even remember the last time I touched my Wii, to be honest, because I got the Wii. I had the Wii U.
Are the accounts set up like PlayStation, where
No.
like you said you have a console that breaks on you? I
think they have like
profile and all that.
I think they have a fail-safe matter where something happens to your current system. But I don't see Nintendo supporting like if something happens to your Wii because it's already out of production and warranty.
And you got those games anyways.
Yeah.
That break, so.
So I mean, I don't think there's any worry about it. You can just soft mod your Wii or buy a new one that's modded. I'm sure there's a modded one on the floor right now. Probably.
Yes, sir.
Did Eric say that he graduated college?
I mean, I know you're not trying to diss me with your freaking Joe Dirt haircut.
Why can't you just be like, yes, sir, I did graduate. I graduated college, and then that.
Would you ever act in the same way if someone talks to you like that?
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, so what's your degree? And I'll let everyone know.
English degree.
Now, that's the funnier part.
Oh yeah. What's funny is you don't understand the scope of what majors could be. You can do English and you can do English writing. You can do teaching English. You can do children's literature. You can do British literature. You can do world literature. You can do all sorts of things with the English degree. You can do journalism, communications. So shut the fuck up.
No, I wasn't making fun of your degree. I was making fun of the fact that you had it.
Why? You shouldn't make fun of anybody for trying to better.
Because you're up here going, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean.
And you're licking toes on YouTube.
Hey, and what are you doing off of YouTube?
Your mom? Oh, let me guess. Leave my mom out of this and I'll leave this out of your mom, right?
No, I'll never leave it. I'll never leave it out of your mom.
Dude, his mom's probably here.
She probably is. She's probably in the back room guzzling some meat.
Okay, I got it. I can't even mad at you for that.
I mean, I don't think I've seen.
No, but yeah, Eric has a degree. I wouldn't want to teach my child, but yeah. Just saying. Yes, sir, purple hat.
What's y'all favorite things to do in GTA Online?
Troll.
No, we do CEO missions, the MC stuff, and
I honestly haven't. I got bored with that when the new airplane stuff came out. I was like, this is.
yeah, it wasn't that great. It's very tedious, the new airplane hangar.
Add some fucking single player DLC for once, man.
I wouldn't mind that. I wish they'd open up the casino. There's a casino in the game, but there's just nothing you can do with it.
Yeah, the casino could have like the horse racing because there's horse
Yeah,
tracks,
horse track
which was
behind
like previously deleted content that was going to be on it. There was going to be a mission where that dude, where you pull his deck down, that mafia dude.
No, yeah.
You were supposed to steal his prized horse.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's also, like, there was gonna be like some other stuff involving like the wife, because you know how
Dude, what if they did it
like
like-
Trevor just drops the wife off and then they kind of
Yeah.
like leave on a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
There was supposed to be something else with that, with the horse and all
What if
that.
they did it where Trevor took the horse and chopped its head off and put it like in Godfather, right?
What, they were gonna do some crazy shit like that, and then like with his mother, who's like appears like in the thing, it was gonna be like all that. Then I guess there was something with Rockstar North where like the dude lost his job. And remember, like we talked about that with Joe Cass? They were the people. Rockstar North was making the single player DLC. When they kind of restructured all that, they just said, "Fuck it, we're not gonna bother," and they just didn't do it. So now they're using all those unused assets for online shit.
Yeah. But GTA, like herpes, is the gift that keeps on giving. So.
I mean, Red Dead needs to hurry up and come
Red
out.
Dead, yes. Oh yeah. Next question. Yes, in the back.
Are you guys getting a Shadow of War next week?
A what?
Shadow of War?
Shadow of
Middle Earth, right?
Oh, no. No. Next week, when? What day?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'll be on the road to Connecticut. so,
I'm not thinking of anything else this month except Mario Odyssey.
That's going to be
Fuck
dope,
everything else.
yes. That's going to be good. GameStop should have demos, so.
Actually, I think Walmart, Mario Odyssey's already playable at Walmart, and I think some Best Buys, so.
That's going to be good. If you guys haven't played that one yet, it's going to be good. Next question. Yes.
So where do y'all see yourselves going with Toy Chasers?
Well, we're working on one, so look forward to it in about year and a half.
Yeah. It's been about 6 months already, so.
We're doing it. We're doing it still. I mean, you know, just like everything else, just gotta find the time to do it. But yeah, toys are awesome. So of course we're gonna keep looking for toys. Who likes toys?
Damn. Is there something?
Everyone's like,
Playing.
fucking toys. Those are for kids. What are you talking about?
I don't even think the kid raised his hand.
The kid's like this. What are toys?
You ain't wrong.
What's going out and playing baseball for real when you can play it on your Xbox?
Yeah, I get on to my son. His head's always in his phone. Eating, I'm like, dude, put the phone down. Like at the table, please put the phone down. But he plays soccer, so at least he's happy he gets out.
Damn, who's getting a standing ovation in that room?
That's Gerard and Alex.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not us.
It's like last year, Alpha had this door open and I had one door open and we were actually talking.
Oh yeah? We should all just go in there and like crash their panel.
Pretty funny.
Question over here. Okay, hang on. Here's the question. Is Toys R Us actually going out of business? 'Cause hang on. That's the thing. Filing bankruptcy and going out of business are two different things.
It depends which chapter of bankruptcy.
And that's what we don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
Because filing bankruptcy is basically a restructuring of your debt. That's not necessarily going out of business. That's actually a very smart business move. It's a legal loophole for some to not have to pay your fucking debt. But there's a huge difference in going out of business and filing bankruptcy. So we don't know if they're going out of business yet. I don't
think they are. I think they're just going to restructure and make smaller stores.
Right. But if they do, because they got Babies R Us too.
Yeah.
That's huge for them. Because people won't stop fucking, so.
I mean, they should just rename it. Y'all won't stop fucking up.
I like how I'm over here like being business wise.
It should just be like, Tyler, y'all won't stop fucking each other.
Or keep fucking, you're keeping us in business. But, no, so yeah, again, but if they are in fact starting to close stores, those stores for sure will have clearance sales and take advantage of it. So they'll go from they'll go to regular price at that point.
Yeah, because there was other big heavy hitters in the past. Like Kmart had a lot of financial, still has a lot of financial issues.
Kmart's actually still around.
Yeah, I know they practically are losing a lot of money. And like Sears actually and Kmart are like one and the same now, I think.
I heard Circuit City was gonna make a comeback. Is that true?
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there.
So, but to answer your question, if stores do close, yeah, go buy fucking everything. But I don't necessarily know that they're going out of business.
I don't think that was his question.
Okay,
So his question was, what is your favorite Toys R Us memory?
Oh, is that what you said? Oh, well, shit.
The word bankruptcy came up and Jay was talking about that.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I didn't.
To be honest, growing up, other than the video game area, I thought the rest of Toys R Us sucked.
The video game aisles when we were kids, it was amazing because like you would walk down an aisle and both sides, you'd see the consoles on display and usually had like the tags, you had to pull out a thing and go, so that.
So yeah, like,
why did you fucking cut me off, dude?
Because you go like this, let me finish.
Well, what else were you gonna say? You sound like you were finishing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a rude asshole.
Thank you.
I let people finish.
Thank you, sir.
He's not a rude asshole, he's a polite asshole.
So it's just an asshole.
So.
No, yeah, for real though, like a lot of the toys, like I remember they have better toys now at Toys R Us than when I was a kid. But the game section sucks now.
All the toys at Toys R Us now are just like reboots of toys we had, so.
I don't know, I remember the Toys R Us's kind of having like outdoor toys and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like it was mostly that when I was going as a kid besides games. I thought it sucked.
Well, they still have outdoor toys too, but during the summer.
There's a go to the back area. They have all the outdoor shit.
You always go to the back area?
Good question. Yeah, the gaming aisle, hands down. Next question. See you later. Oh, okay, go ahead. He's like, I guess I fucking got one.
Yeah, let's make it up. What game can you guys beat with your eyes closed? You know, if you had to speed run one game, what could you guys capable of doing?
Original Mario Brothers. No, sorry, hang on. Super Mario Brothers. My speed run is down to like 8 minutes. I mean, that's not world record or anything. In world record, like 4.5 or some crazy shit like that. But yeah, not that one.
Contra or Ninja Gaiden?
I think I can speedrun Karate Kid on the NES. Yeah, all you gotta do is just the first stage, power up on all those crane kicks and dragon punches, and then you smooth sailing.
Seriously, Dragon Punches, that's what they call them?
Or what they are.
Chunky punches.
Whatever. Chunky punches. Look it up. The icon on the thing is a D. So what did they make it on the Nintendo?
You'd be dragon punching nuts across your face.
I think it's a drum punch. Drum punch.
That might be, because Karate Kid 2, yeah. You know, the Karate Kid series is actually really good, except for the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank.
She's cute.
Not good. No, she is, but.
Okay, yeah, isn't she like 14?
Not now.
No,
she was older than me when that movie came out, so it's okay for me to say she was cute.
She was playing a high school kid, but I think she
Okay.
Fuck, Ralph Macchio was playing a 17-year-old, and he was like 52 and shit. He's cute too. Actually, I think he was 26.
Yeah, Ralph
I think he's
Macchio
17-year-old.
fucking attendance right there.
How's it going?
Ralph Macchio.
How's it going? He's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm Ralph. Are you more Italian than Ralph Macchio?
100%.
Dude, he's Ralph Macchio.
Are you more Italian than Pat?
100%. He's got nothing on me.
He what?
He's got nothing on me.
Oh yeah?
That man can't cook spaghetti.
Oh, challenge issued.
Yeah.
Gav, we need to have a cannoli eating contest.
Who stuffs it?
We can make that work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. Yes. White shirt.
On the videos that you guys have where you can't film in the store, you've got beautiful artwork. I've always wondered who does that artwork.
Oh man, that's this guy.
I like to spend a lot of time perfecting my craft. I feel like I want to capture that moment in the best light possible. And in all my years of art school, honestly, I'm just trying to do it as quickly as I fucking can.
It shows.
Honestly, I think the faster and worse you do it, the better they are. Because you come up with like funnier shit. When you're
I intentionally do it really quickly because those are the most ridiculous looking. So,
Can you save that artwork?
digitally, yeah.
So we could buy that artwork.
No nuts, make sense.
If you want,
Alright, next Retropalooza, have an art wing. With Billy Stubb in a silent auction.
You can sell like one of 100 prints.
okay.
Like actually like frame, like big giant frame versions.
I'm gonna open up an Etsy store or whatever it's called.
Yes, sir.
What are you guys' opinion on virtual reality?
It's a fad. It's been tried time and time again, and now the PSVR is like half the price or some dumb shit now. And a lot of people have
Not really.
medical, like,
That's still like 300
it's been discounted already. Is my point. It's not going to catch on. It ain't going to happen. There's too many people with too many like vertigo issues and motion sickness issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, just like Vanilla Ice, somebody had to pave the way for the future, right?
Okay, explain that one because we're talking.
Because if Eminem was the first white rapper, he would have been the Vanilla Ice. So the PSVR had to fail for the next.
Thank you.
VR.
Beastie Boys were before
Nobody
Vanilla
gives a
Ice.
shit
If
about
you really want to get technical, Blondie did a little.
Yeah, but who does everybody hate on? Who failed?
Who failed? Did he fail?
Yes,
Okay,
Cool's
let's-
Ice. I saw Cool's Ice in Euless, Texas.
You're talking about a shit movie.
And the PSVR is a shit peripheral.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I've had one longer than you. I think it sucks.
Okay.
Just compare Vanilla
Well-
Ice's career to gaming.
I mean,
It's not that bad. Dude, I don't think it's a fad.
the vibes are better.
It's like it's going to get better and better and better. And
No,
when
it's good.
when it gets better, that's when it'll catch on. But virtual, this is the reason it's not going to go away permanently, because virtual reality is something everyone's been striving for like decades at this point.
Sure, you're not wrong.
It's just it's not
Now the PSVR itself. Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe that'll go away. But virtual reality.
Okay, hang on.
But my argument was somebody has to fail first for it to get better. Just like the Virtual Boy had to fail.
Like Vanilla Ice failed.
Yeah, like Vanilla Ice
Sold millions and millions and millions of albums. That's not a fail. Sorry.
Where's he at now?
He's on what?
I know, don't get me wrong. I'm a Vanilla
He's
Ice
actually
fan.
still on.
This is the first time in history I've seen a lot of people defending Vanilla Ice. Which is pretty cool. But you know what my argument was. But you know what my argument was. It was an
I
analogy.
kind of didn't.
It was an analogy.
I know what you're saying. No,
The Wii U had to fail for the Switch to be good.
the Wii U didn't.
The Switch is good.
I stopped myself. Relax. Okay, hang on. This is my
See
point.
the analogy.
Hang on.
You see the analogy.
Look, this is my point. How many of you have a VR headset? High. Get the hands up high if you have one. Seriously. My point is, it's not going to be the masses when it comes to gaming. It's not going to happen.
No, of course not. The price is too high, and people would rather just play on the television set. But it's look.
That's the main, but the screen sucks. If VR looked as good as my 4K did,
Which it will eventually.
Yeah,
sure. It will.
The point was PSVR is not going to have that capability, but it had to pave the way for the next thing.
Like Vanilla Ice paved the way for White
For your mom, yeah.
Like, okay, so legit Wood got a PSVR, and so I've been playing it. The racing game, I got sick of shit. I've been playing VR off and on for a couple, like since it's been out, playing different games, and nothing ever made me sick, but that racing game made me sick, and I don't know why. But there's this game that we were playing the other night, and you wouldn't think it would be any good, but it was like the shit. It's called like Job Simulator or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Office Simulator. No, it's
Job Simulator, because you could be like a gas station
Yeah.
attendant working on.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It was actually the first time I actually felt like I was in an actual environment and could interact and move around. It's the craziest thing, and you wouldn't think so, but it was like being in a cartoon. It was fucking weird.
Try Batman VR.
Yeah.
It's short, but
It has its place, but
it's like $20.
I think it can be really good within like the medical profession.
Yeah.
Surgeries, things like that. The porn industry, I'm surprised they haven't super jumped on it yet.
Oh, it's
Pilot training.
Super jumped on it yet, and they will. Pilot training, flight simulation. There's video game simulators. NASCAR drivers use them. So instead of being out there wasting money burning up tires and fuel, they make these to where they're the exact. And I've seen interviews with like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and he's like, yeah, it's exactly like Texas Motor Speedway when I'm on this machine doing it. That's how they practice. But in gaming, like for the masses, for us, it's not going to catch on and be the next thing in gaming.
It's gonna be another 10 years before it's perfect.
And even then, it's still not going to be the next thing in gaming.
But let's be real. We all know why we want to use VR, right?
This ought to be good. Why?
Fucking porn.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Dude, all these people acting all like innocent about it. Don't fucking lie. Y'all know that's what y'all want to use it for.
Down here. You, sir.
You, the guy turned. Yeah.
No, the kid.
Yeah, I didn't have my hand up.
You had your hand up a little bit ago.
Well, you already mentioned my point.
Oh, okay.
The question was, what's porn?
We're not answering that.
Got that.
That's a conversation that the parents should have. Got that.
How do y'all feel about game room trading posts closing?
Sucks.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did. It kind of came out of nowhere.
What was the question?
What can you do? How do you feel about Game Room Trading Post closing? It's the store in Malvern, Arkansas. It sucks, but
That's the nature of the business.
yeah, basically, what can you do?
Is that the one with the sun kind of like?
Correct. Yeah, with Jimmy.
Damn.
Jimmy, yeah. They, we didn't even know it was happening.
Wait, they were there like a month before?
Yeah, and he didn't say anything about it, but they did an auction. They auctioned off the entire store. So
Did that news thing have a price, like how much it got sold for?
it didn't say. I don't know what they got.
Is the old man still around?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know some, I'm not going to get into it. I know the finance, I know a little bit, but that's not my place to say. But it sucks. It was a good store. It sucks.
Support your mom and pop shops.
Absolutely. Support your mom and pops, or they close. Yes, sir.
Do you think rental stores will ever come back?
Yeah.
Any type of way?
Not really. Maybe as a novelty.
Well, there's still a pretty decent sized chain out there, Family Video. But are we going to see it like it was in the 90s? No. As a novelty, maybe. But the thing is, I mean, what would you rent? You'd have to rent Blu-ray.
And see, the thing is, like in 10 years, all media is going to be digital. Blu-rays aren't going to exist.
Yeah,
And,
that's
so even if there was a rental store, you know, most people aren't even going to have Blu-ray players or VHS digital players. What are you going to? You'd have to rent the thing too. So in that case, yeah, I could see maybe the novelty of it, maybe. But
how many of you do like strictly downloading whenever you're buying new gen games? Okay, let me put something in perspective for you. If you were to go and trade in your console, you get $0 for those downloads. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Let me propose something to you then.
Yes.
Let's talk about preservation then. In that instance, we've got all this cartridge stuff today. How are we going to preserve that stuff? Whose responsibility is it to preserve all this?
Whoever's around in 50 years.
No, but is it the creators, the publishers, the
Like
console owners?
the actual, I mean, a combination of all of it.
Well, yeah, it's the people who care about that sort of
Right.
thing. So it's society's, not to get all like philosophical, but isn't it society's responsibility to preserve the things that society should care about?
Sure.
Right? So it's not, if a publisher, there are publishers out there that publish games that they don't give two shits about anymore. You know, so it's not a to preserve it, it's on you guys who enjoy that stuff.
Exactly.
But if we don't have access to the original quote, how can we preserve it? How can we preserve
I
it?
mean,
We do have access to, and that's the thing. But it's at the vendor floor right now. We have access to it. Until we don't, I don't know. Like I can't answer that, but we do. That's the thing. So, and then when you say it best, you call your collection.
It's a still museum.
It's a museum.
I mean,
There are actual museums. National Video Game Museum in Frisco, which is great, by the way. Go check it out if you haven't.
we actually were kind of talking about this last night at Twisted Group. We're like, in 50 years, those people might not even give a shit. They might say, we don't need to preserve this shit.
It's true.
You know, there's nothing we don't know what's gonna happen.
Like
So,
my son loves video games. He's 10, but when I'm dead, is he gonna care?
yeah.
Who knows?
Like our friend was like, he said he brought his daughter a new game, and she's like, why didn't you just download it? I mean, it's already like that. You know?
I mean, who's to say that, like, you know, 200 years ago, you know, in the U.S., there was like a bunch of people that like collected like exotic horses or something. Man, these horses are so integral to our society. It was a big thing. And it's like, what do you think people 200 years from now are going to think about these horses? And it's just like, you look back on this, now and think of how ridiculous that is. Who's to say that like in 50 years, video games is even remotely like we have video games now? It's like, it would be something like just so exotic that we can't even imagine it. And the people that aren't even born yet could give two shits about Contra 3 on Super Nintendo.
It's like cars. I mean, really, collecting video games is no different than collecting anything else. Shoes, purses, cars, baseball cards, anything. It's up to the people who have them and the people who care about them. You know, like, you've seen like Model Ts and shit before at some point in your life. Most of us have. Somebody preserved it. Someone's going to do it. There's museums out there. Yes, ma'am.
And also there's a trend of not owning physical media. That's what I do. That's why I don't own my things, most of them at least, because I do not like to own a physical thing and have to put it somewhere and have to keep up with it. So I just rely on the other people to preserve all these games.
But someone will though, and that's the thing. Somebody will do it. Is there going to be like an official video game preservation center? Probably not. But again, you know, we're preserving games by having them in our homes. You guys are doing the same.
They're all preserved digitally, but in terms of the physical media, that's just us.
Yeah, and that's sorry to cut you off, but you're right. Everything, there's a digital copy of everything out there these days.
Yeah.
Okay, even the original Super Mario Brothers.
Like books. Like pretty soon, I bet 50 years we're not even going to see fucking actual books. 200 years from now.
Maybe not.
It's all
Magazines,
going to be
newspapers are already going the way of digital. So, but no, it happened. We're all doing it. We just don't really think about it and haven't thought about it. So, all you guys are video game preservists. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Preservationists.
Preservation.
Okay, there we go.
And then we're going to be video game archaeologists in a few decades.
Oh.
I mean, think
Why? Wait, we were going to go dig up cartridges or something?
Well, it was supposedly already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say supposedly. They don't. Look, here's my. Did y'all see that documentary?
Yep.
My problem with that fucking documentary is this: the whole fucking reason you're filming this is to dig these games up, and then you don't show it. They didn't show them actually find these games and dig them out of the ground. It's just all of a sudden they cut.
It was fake news.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I doubt the trueness, if you will, of them actually finding it where they allegedly found it. We can go home tonight and make a game look like it's been buried for 40 years.
Dude, let's do that. Let's
make a video game time capsule next Retropalooza, and everybody brings something to donate, and then we fucking put it.
I like that idea, actually.
Just saying.
I like that idea. That's pretty good. Yeah. So you're gonna be in charge of that.
Then like at Retropalooza 50, they open it.
Let's do it. You're in charge of it.
And we get dibs on what's
there. Dibs. So, no, I mean, yeah, that documentary was a little, But again, yeah, it was on Netflix. You should have shown it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you have a question back there? You just yawning? Were that boring?
No.
No. All right. Yes.
Did you ever see Arcade's coming back?
No.
Arcade's coming back. Again, not to the mass level they were in the 80s, but there's several in DFW. There's Nickel-Rama out in like Mesquite or Garland or something like that. There's Tornado Terry's in Keller.
Tornado Terry's still open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to go to that place in elementary school.
There's Free Play Arcade. There's one in Arlington and one in Richardson. So they're there. Let's see, Ground Control in, where is that? Phoenix? No, Portland. Portland.
My favorite
No,
one.
that one's in
Portland.
My favorite arcade growing up, because I grew up in Fort Worth, was at, which mall was it? North? It was the Tilt at a mall.
North
It was in the underneath the food court
Yeah.
at the big pirate ship. That place was like fucking shit, dude. That
Tilt's
was-
gone, but round one, there's 2 round ones around here, one in Parks Mall, one in the Grapevine Mills. So, I mean, again, they're still there, they're still out there, but like full blown. Dorky's in Tacoma, that one's really good. I
That
like
literally
that.
used to just be dropped off at the mall. Like, all right, see you in 5 hours.
Yeah.
What was your game du jour?
They had like everything at the Tilt, man. Like it was just like heaven. Like I would discover a new game like every corner you go around, dude. Is this a dick joke?
Do you remember Tilt?
No, it's not.
Did anybody go to the Tilt? Dude, that Tornado Terry's were like my shit. And then when they started doing like the Nickel Manias and stuff, like there was one like heading towards Watauga that was like over there. I was like, fuck, this is legit.
Eric used to live in this area, for the record, in case y'all didn't know. He's in San Antonio now. Oh, there's also Alley Cats has an arcade. What else? Fucking Putt Putt.
Nothing beats going to the fucking laundromat though and seeing a fucking video game.
Still to this day, if you go into a laundromat, they most likely have video games.
Or Pizza Inn used to have some pretty good little arcades in their stores too.
So if you think about it like that, did arcades really go away? Because they're still there. It's just, again, it's not like you saw in Tron. like super badass like that. There are some like that still, but yeah, I don't know.
I keep thinking that's like a little Neo Geo, like mini.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Like out the corner of my eye.
You know what I used to do? I mean, slightly racist, but in a good way. I used to go to Till and find an Asian guy playing Tekken, and I put my quarter on the thing, because they were always badass, and they always used to kick the shit out of me. You just the game. No. Well, you don't get better unless you play someone better than you, and Asians are good at Tekken. Someone tell me I'm wrong. They're good at fighting games.
They're good at like all video games.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is like, everything seems to be trending. Like, I'm the same age as you guys.
Okay.
So like, everything's like 80s movies, Stranger Things, like heavy focus. All of a sudden, resurgence of arcades, right? So what's gonna happen, I think, is that we're gonna get elderly, and all this younger generation, they're gonna be like, I have no use for that, and we're gonna be 80. If we're still alive, we'll be the ones playing in the arcades.
If they're still around, I
Yeah, that's what they should do. Like it.
Like the arcades will close, and then it'll just.
No, you're right though.
You know
Like
what I mean?
the
Like,
generations
exciting.
behind us, are they gonna
Yeah.
give a shit about the stuff that we?
It's gonna be like a Back to the Future. You think you gotta play with your hands?
Exactly.
It's exactly gonna. You mean you gotta play thinking at all instead of just sitting there looking at a screen? Like Pat said, it's like the story Fahrenheit 451. That everything's just gonna be eliminated. That was like the old era. Nursing homes are gonna have arcades, and then now, like in this.
Yeah, when I get old, I'm gonna be like, I want a fucking arcade down here. Every day I'll be down.
And the
to
rec
Five Guys.
center, instead of playing bingo, everybody's gonna have like an 80s arcade.
That's true though. God, that makes me sad to think about.
I mean, because if you think about it, like we're talking about trying to preserve the hard copy.
Right.
But the reality is, the next generation, they have no.
They don't give a shit.
Like the kid behind you is like, not on my watch, motherfuckers.
Hey, you're the John Connor of the future here. We're pointing you on this day.
The next generation that actually wants the hard copy, they're going to be like the super, super nerdy. Because most of them are not going to want it.
Oh man, I feel
You'll
sorry.
have like this guy out of like 100 who's like, yeah, I want this original.
See, that's
You know what I mean?
No, you know what? No, it's right though. Like, again, my son's 10, and he's like, hey, are we gonna get this game? I'm like, yeah, of course we're fucking getting that game. You know we're getting that game. I don't say fuck to him though, but I'm just trying to look cool right now. But I'm like, all right, let's go to GameStop. Let's just download it. I don't want to put my shoes on. Like, dude, no. Get up. We're going to the store. We're not that lazy.
I mean, you can be pretty lazy.
But no, hang on. I say not that lazy. What I'll do is like, if we go to McDonald's, we'll order and be like, we're gonna be hungry later, aren't we? Yeah, we're not gonna want to leave, are we?
Get your
No.
shit.
So we get like later on's food, then just order it up.
I mean,
There's time and place to be lazy. Don't be lazy going to buy a video game. Be lazy getting groceries and shit, so that's fine.
but yeah,
But wait a minute though, isn't shopping for groceries the same shit? You go and get everything you need for a week so you don't have to go every single day. That's a form of laziness.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong.
I mean, some people might be like, that's just the way we are, but what are we shushing about over there?
Like,
Oh, he pointed out that I now order all the groceries online.
Mom's lazy.
Well, I
I do it too.
okay, anyways, John Connor at 11:54 on this day is your mission. So don't forget, all right? This whole room is depending on you.
Dude, shut the fuck up before Terminators from the future come in.
Christmas Robotica's come in. You're like the guy who created Skynet.
Look, if a T-1000 walks in looking for you, I'm fucking out. Dude. I'm sorry, buddy.
He walks in, and he's walking, but look, oh, sorry, man, I gotta do this, man.
I think at too many games, it's like, all right, if time travel can happen, then us in the future, let's time travel to this moment right now. Like, you know, like kind of like.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, so we're not building
Yeah,
tech.
so, like, I guess time travel didn't happen yet.
Or our future selves are too stupid to actually get into a time machine.
If anybody in this room invents time travel, they're gonna appear through that door in the next 5 minutes.
If we really need to save this and actually make it a bit at the next panel where we have one of us has a doppelganger that like looks spot on, but like older, and then they just peek through the door, like holy fucking shit, man!
That's good. How much time do we have?
I don't know, it's gonna be noon.
Who's after us? GameSat? Oh, fuck them.
More like Game Whack in my.
Yes, ma'am. Questions back.
So, I think you guys might be taking this a little bit out of proportion here.
What's that?
Because let's look at vinyl. The people who actually grew up with vinyl are all north of 40.
Right.
And if you look at who's buying vinyl in the age demographic group, it's typically ages, I think they marked it as 20 to 27.
Right.
So the good will out. If there's, I think you might think that won't happen, but I think that if you look at the current places like Free Play Arcade and you look at who's there all day or who's at late at night, it's not the people that would know it who are 30 and above at this point. It's the people that are just out of college or in college, right? So
even then, you're talking about people in their 20s. An 8-year-old right now don't give a shit about vinyl.
Right.
But the thing about vinyl is
who do, and it's not going to be everyone across the board.
Vinyl is there's an inherent benefit for vinyl. Audiophiles will tell you that that's not the perfect sound. But digital, there's no inherent reason or benefit to getting the physical card of a video game. It's all the same. See what I'm saying? So I can see the reason for that. I can't see the reason for people saying I need the actual physical card unless they're little quarters like us.
Right. Quarters like us. And we're not talking tomorrow or anything.
Like 50 years.
And we don't want it to happen. 50 years down the road.
I'm going with John Connor into the future.
No, but how old are you?
11.
11, so you're my son's age, right? How much do you care about physical media right now as far as like...
A lot, so I can take it to Grandma's house.
Okay, that's good. But you could do that also with 3DSs and stuff right now, can't you? You do the same thing. So that's great. We got an exception to the rule over here. Most people his age, and then the kids after, and the kids after, and the kids after, it's going to start getting watered down to eventually we're going to see a point where maybe there's no physical... Like the future of video games will be digital 100%. It's just when. So once we get to that point, then it's going to start losing, hey, I got to have this on my shelf. Like my son, when he's my age, he's going to be like, yeah, my dad had all these freaking video games on his wall. That's stupid because it's all right here. I have an NES EverDrive. I have 1,200 games on this EverDrive. I don't need everything that's sitting on my shelves right now. But unlike him, it's still there.
Well, this is probably the most cerebral panel we've ever
right? Yeah. Usually we're like Ace Ventura talking out of our butthole.
By this time, there's usually been about 10 farts.
Yeah. So no, but it's good. And again, I don't want it to happen. We're talking like 50, 100 years down the road. Like what's still going to be? Like the EverDrive is super convenient when I'm going to a convention. We're going to Retro World Expo next weekend in Connecticut. So with that, I just have to pack a cartridge. So it's great. But like he was saying, if it's all digital, you can just be like, here's my console, and I got.
Pretty soon we have like some microchip bullshit that we can just zap the ROM onto like that projector.
I mean,
you have the whole NES library in your fucking left testicle or something. That's eventually what's gonna happen.
Or they're like, look, we got this thing, but here's the thing. It needs to be on your left testicle for it to work.
You can implant different shit on your body.
That's sexist, man.
I mean, you can put it on your left labia.
I have a left testicle. How's that? I'm talking about my testicle. How's that sexist?
Yeah, it's talking about his testicle. But no, it's not,
So if I want to use your game, I gotta cut off the jump?
No, you go and buy your own fucking game.
Yes, sir. John Connor.
It's going to be the prologue to the next Terminator movie.
I'm sorry?
It's going to be the prologue to the next Terminator.
I think so. It should be. I think so.
It's gonna be a
I
prologue
like
for
this
the Game Changers cartoon.
Yes, sir, in the back.
Yeah, but okay, I like Disney stuff too. I watched Steamboat Willie, the original Mickey Mouse cartoon. I don't own the original reel it came on. I watch on YouTube.
Right.
Now my point to that is, who cares if they have the as long as the game's played, does it really matter if they have the physical media or not?
Does it matter? And that's what we were saying earlier. So you're right. This is holy shit. So the game is still going to be preserved in the sense that you can still play it, just like you were. That's a good example, actually. Steamboat Willie. No, you cannot go and find one. But if you can't find it, if digital is the only way, then I think that's great. For me personally, yes, I absolutely care to have the physical copies of it. Because then when you're paying for nothing, you're buying nothing at that point. I want something in my hand, and it's a psychological thing more than anything else. I want to be able to have this, touch it, hold it, fuck it, feel it, I mean, whatever I want to do.
But eventually all that stuff's gonna get disc brought anyway and stuff.
That's the theory.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
Is that the video game equivalent of like crotch rock?
So actually, yeah, I was hoping, come here, Joe. Joseph. David. Oh, come here, guys.
Joe and Dave.
They were back there. No, we can't be associated with y'all. We got a reputation.
Speaking in, you would have heard that we were actually having like
I know, right?
a serious combo about.
But I think our time is up, though, actually. So thank y'all very, very much.
We'll be at a table.
We will be at the table. And we'll have tons of shirts and DVDs. And we're actually taking a trip to Connecticut. So we could use all the DVD and shirt sales this weekend to help us on that trip. So
I have a panel at 1:30, so be sure to go to it.
Thank y'all.
It's Vader!
It's Vader!
It's Vader!
What's funny about that is I did it yesterday.